Take Me Out to the Ball Game. I'm going to move the GC pattern to a different key other than C, key of G. The key of G is a pretty good key for guitar because when you just hit the dynamite goodbye strings open, it makes a G chord. So the guitar is kind of set up to sound good in G. We're going to do this at the 7th position. So we got your first finger hangs out there at that position that defines it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Once you get there, put your first finger on the A string 7th fret. Once you put your, you count up 4 frets, 1, 2, 3, 4 with your fingers, you'll get to the letter G, or Do, for this key. That should get you set up to practice the major scale pattern. So there's Do, and you're done with that string. Move on to the next string. You got 1, 3, 4, Re, Mi, Fa. Done with that string. Move on to the next one. 1 and 3, and then done with that string. Move on to the B string, and you're back at Do. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. Okay, later on, I like to do the song first and then work on the Star Spangled Banner in the same key. This song doesn't go too much outside the Do parameters, but for Star Spangled Banner, you want to do the upper extensions, which is happens on the 2 upper strings, just like you did in open position. That's where that idea is coming from. And the bottom 2 strings, lower extensions. Okay, so we'll get back to that later. The major scale, C-G position, based on this C bar chord. You can play it as a bar, but I prefer to play it as this check mark looking sort of thing. So you can place your pinky on the A string, 10th fret, 3rd finger on the D string, 9th fret, 1st finger on the G string, 7th fret, 2nd finger on the B string, 8th fret. Good luck trying to get that to ring. Another great thing to practice, and this will be good for the end of Take Me Out to the Ball Game or Star Spangled Banner, is to finger this check mark shape of the C shape one note at a time. That's called arpeggiating. You see my arm and wrist kind of rotating. I'm exaggerating a little bit more than you should be doing with your arm. Okay, back to the scale again. Okay, the first part of this, Take Me, that is really difficult to play on guitar because you're skipping from the A string to the B string. So that's a practice point in itself. Now, I'm exaggerating by taking my pinky away so you can see, but there's my fingers placed on the notes. A string and the B string. We got. That's going to be pretty easy compared to the first part you did. Then we go back to this, it's the same thing but without the finger roll. So we got, okay, here we're going to introduce a chromatic note to the scale. So it goes this scale note, chromatic, scale tone, skip, scale tone, chromatic, skip. So there's another practice point. Besides that one, you got that right there is a toughie. And it's almost a really good phrase to practice in itself. So you got. So that was all scale tones there, or most of them are scale tones, just going in scale steps. Up, 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 skip, scale down, scale down, skip, scale down, scale down. So we got chromatic. Here's that arpeggio. That's not written on the page, but it goes that's where it ends on the page. But if you want to add some flair to it, at the end you could do that, and you can go. Well, here's a couple things I'm going to throw in upper extensions. See a triangular shape on the G, Goodbye Eddie, first finger G string, second finger B string, and then have the first finger travel to the E string, adding the pinky to the E string. Side of triangle, side of triangle. It's kind of fun. Here's a scale thing that happens. There's this, first the do, skip, scale tone, scale tone, scale tone, skip, move up chromatically, same pattern, just sequencing it.